In this video, we will be showing you how to set up your sales items in Flashpoint. We have already entered in all our window names and now can put our sales items under those windows. First thing we'll do is put in our ID, Other Functions, System, Menu Setup, and scroll down to the window that this item will be located on. We are going to be adding steak, which would be under our dinner window. Then we'll go Add Sales Item and type in the item name under the report name. I am going to use a comma in the middle of the name. What that will do is when it's on the screen, the steak will appear underneath the T-bone. If I wanted to enter a completely different name on the screen than I do for my report name, I can enter it under the extended button name. If I wanted to enter a different name for what the customer sees under check, I would enter that under the name printed on check. And the name for remote print is what would print in the kitchen. You can have up to 3 different names print on the check in the kitchen. If you want the same name for the screen, the check, the remote print, and your report name, just put it under your report name. Hide button name on screen will hide the name of the button on the screen. Then you can then put a bitmap on the button for the customer to select. If you do not wish to print this sales item on the check, select Do Not Print on Check. You must be careful though, because if you put a price in and do not print it on the customer's check will not add up. If you have specials during the day but only have a limited amount, you can use an inventory countdown. If I select inventory countdown, I can say how many I have in stock. When the employee rings up the item, the number in stock will go down until it reaches 0. The system will then not allow the employee to ring up any more of that item. No auto gratuity. If we're using the auto gratuity option, this item will not be included in the value that we calculate for the auto gratuity. This is mainly used for promotional items like shirts, etc. If this item is currently out of stock, I select out of stock and the system will not allow the employee to ring it up. I can then select the tax and the printer that this item will go to. Price and barcode is used in the retail. We will get to that more when we show you how to set up a retail button. We can then enter our default price for our T-bone steak, which is $12.99. Double bump price is used for liquor. When the employee selects a double and then uses the liquor, it'll use that price added to the default price. And same with the rock bump price. The bar price, delivery price, drive-through, etc. Those are used if you have different pricing based on the order mode. If it's all the same price, we just leave it under the default price and the system will use that for the rest. Under tax setup, we have the exact tax option. If we have that selected, that means you enter the amount of tax on the item itself. So we would enter the amount of tax that's going to be added to this item here. Combination price is used for combinations. If I have a number 1 combo which includes a hamburger, fries, and beverage, I can set a different price when the item hits that combo, and the system will use that price instead of our default price. Lookup pricing is used for pizzas. It's to use a lookup chart for our sales items and modifiers instead of having a normal price. If this is a scaled item, again for retail, select that and the system will read the scale to figure out the actual price of the item. And if I do not want this item to be located on the handheld, I select hand disabled. Now this item needs to call up how it's cooked and also the potato type. So what we have to do is we have to select the little button beside call window from here, and we're going to have it call our cook type. Beside that, we get to enter how much they're allowed to ring up off that screen. They pick one cook type and the screen will automatically exit when they've finished. The next screen it has to call is our potato type. So We'll go potato type, select, and again they get to select one potato type, and the screen should automatically exit when it's finished. We can automatically set the button location from this item as well. If we are setting a whole screen of items, it's easier to put all the button sales items in and then set the button location at one time. I can delete this button location, and I can have it automatically call other sales items or modifiers after you select this item. I can also set a different color for the monitor that's in the kitchen for this item. And I can force it to go to any one of my kitchen monitors. I am not using kitchen monitors, so I will not select one. Set course sets which course it's on. Course 1 is automatically printed first, then it waits a certain amount of time and prints course 2, course 3. So course 1 would be our appetizers, course 2 are meals, course 3 are desserts, etc. Fire first would be used for beverages because it does not have a course. If this item is only available on certain days, I can disable the items on other days. The last thing in here is our level pricing. This is used for happy hours. I can say level 1 price is a lower value from this time to this time. Then I can disable that price levels on certain days of the week. Example, if I have a $5 draft, that's only $3 on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday between 5 and 8. I would put $5, I'd put $3 under my level 1 pricing from put 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock and disable it on every day except for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And if I do not want to use my inventory to set the cost of this item, I can say do not use recipe to generate cost and put the actual cost of the dish. I am done setting up this item, so now I just have to go finished. Once our sales item is entered, we can add a major and minor category. This one here is going to report major category. We're going to have to add a new one, food. If we select on the major category, a button from this category must be on order, the system will not allow the employee to service a check unless there's an item from this category on the check. This is normally used if you want to force your server to ring up a beverages before they can service the order. Modifiers use lookup pricing on item is used for pizzas. If that's turned on, the system will use a lookup chart to price the item instead of the price of every single item. Use special pricing on this category allows you to turn on 2 for 1 or buy one get one for $5 pricing for pizzas. This one here is just going to be a standard category, so we're just going to put it under food. And then once it's in there, we go select. And then we select reports to minor category, and this is going to be dinners. Go finished and select it. Now when we do our reporting, we can break out the reports by major category, minor category, and also make sales mix reports based on these categories. Next we will show you how to add a pizza using lookup pricing. First thing we'll have to do is go into our medium pizza screen. As you can see, all the items are now gone. We go add sales item. And we'll call it a medium cheese pizza. Well, again, we'll go MED, the comma to put it on another line, and type in cheese. We will then select the tax and where it prints. Enter in the default price, which is $8.99. Then for our pricing on our toppings, we are going to use a lookup chart. So we'll click on lookup pricing, and our chart appears. Now to quickly add these, I can say a half topping pizza is how much? It is $9.49. And again, if I do not want to put a different price for the different order modes, I do not have to put anything in there. Then we can say a one topping pizza is $9.99. A 1.5 topping pizza is $10.25, and a 2-topping pizza is $10.50. Now after the second topping, all my toppings are exactly $1 each. So instead of going into every single one and setting the price, I can quickly do it by doing the auto increment. I can say my half topping prices are 50 cents, my full topping prices are $1, and because I have different pricing for my first two, I have to start at topping number 2. And my first topping price would be $10.50. I go auto increment, and it automatically put in all my prices for me. If I want to limit the number of toppings that the employee can add to a pizza to say 7, I can say at 7.5 get rid of the price, and then 8 get rid of the price. Now if the employee tries to ring up 7.5 or 8 toppings, the system will tell it you have exceeded the number of toppings allowed. When I'm done setting up my pricing, I just go finished. Everything else is set up on my button, so I go finished. Then I have to tell the system to use the lookup pricing. So I have to say reports to major category. Again, I have to add a new one. We're going to call it pizza. And we have to say modifiers use lookup pricing on the item so that the system will look at the chart to use the pricing. Now these pizzas are also 2-for-1 pizzas, so we're going to use special pricing on this category. Number of items required to receive special. They have to buy 1 pizza, then they get 1 for free. Now if we had a special where you buy 1 pizza, you get 3 more for $5 each, we would say number of items required to receive special 1, number of items in special after requirement made 3. We can discount our special items by a certain dollar value, a percentage, which we will be using at 100, and price of special item must not exceed. If we were doing the buy 1 get the next 3 for $5, the price of special item must not exceed $5. And price of special items must not be less than. Will cause it to force it to be a certain value to use this pricing. When I'm done setting up my category, I just go finished. I select the category. Then I can add it to a minor category. So I'm going to add a new one. Again, my other minor category has disappeared because it was linked to the other major category. So we're going to add a new minor category under pizza called medium pizza. Go finished, select. Now that it's done and the pricing is set, the system will automatically look at this pricing and set up 2-for-1 pricing. The system will always charge for the most expensive pizza, then give the next one free, then the next most expensive charge for, etc.